Welcome to Old Quarter Dollar.U.S.A United States, the channel where rare American coins come alive with history, value, and hidden stories. In today's video, we explore 4 legendary U.S. $1 coins from the time when America was changing forever. From the 1917 Philadelphia Mercury dime to the wartime 1918 San Francisco Mint, the post-World War era 1919 Denver Mint, and the highly rare 1923 San Francisco Key date, each coin tells a powerful story of liberty, strength, and silver history. These are not just old dimes. They are symbols of America's past, struck in pure silver and shaped by war, peace, and progress. Stay with Old Quarter Dollar.U.S.A United States as we uncover mint marks, rare details, collector value, and the real history behind these classic U.S. coins. Next, Top 1. The United States $1 of 1917, no mint mark, is one of the most historically important small denomination coins in American numismatics because it belongs to the famous Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime. This coin was produced during a dramatic period in U.S. history, when the nation was entering World War I, and its design symbolized freedom, thought, and democratic ideals at a time when those values were under global threat. The absence of a mint mark means this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the primary mint of the United States and traditionally did not use mint marks on coins during that era. The Mercury dime was designed by renowned sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, one of the most respected artists working with the U.S. Mint in the early 20th century. Introduced in 1916, this design replaced the barber dime, which many critics considered dull and outdated. Weinman's new design was modern, artistic, and symbolic. Although commonly called the Mercury dime, the figure on the obverse is not the Roman god Mercury. Instead, it is Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap, representing freedom of thought. The wings on the cap were often misunderstood by the public, leading to the popular but incorrect Mercury nickname. On the obverse front of the 1917 dime, Lady Liberty faces left, her youthful and calm expression symbolizing optimism and intelligence. The word liberty appears around the upper edge of the coin, while the motto "I in God we trust" is placed to the left of Liberty's neck. The date 1917 appears at the bottom. Early 1917 coins often show light-striking details, especially in Liberty's hair and the winged cap, which can greatly affect a coin's condition and value today. The reverse back of the 1917 Mercury dime features a fasces, an ancient Roman symbol consisting of a bundle of rods with an axe blade, representing strength through unity and authority. Wrapped around the fasces is an olive branch, symbolizing peace. This powerful combination reflects America's desire for peace but readiness for strength and defense, an especially meaningful message in 1917, the year the U.S. formally entered World War I. The inscriptions "United States of America, $1" and the motto "E pluribus unum" are clearly displayed on the reverse. The 1917 no mint mark dime was struck in Philadelphia, and it had a very high mintage, exceeding 55 million coins. Because of this large production, the coin is relatively common in circulated condition. However, finding examples in high-grade uncirculated condition is much more difficult, especially coins with full detail on the fasces bands, known as full bands, FB. Coins with full bands are highly desirable among collectors and can command significantly higher prices. In terms of composition, the 1917 Mercury dime is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it intrinsic silver value even today. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Because it is a silver coin, many examples were heavily circulated, melted, or worn down over time, making well-preserved pieces increasingly valuable. There are actually 2 varieties of the 1917 Mercury dime, one with the date recessed into the coin and one with a modified date. Early versions suffered from date wear, prompting the U.S. Mint to slightly redesign the date later in the year to make it more durable. Collectors carefully examine the date style when identifying 1917 examples. From a collector's value perspective, a 1917 no mint mark Mercury dime in heavily circulated condition may be worth only its silver content or slightly more. However, coins in extremely fine to uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more, and those with full bands and strong strikes can reach high prices at auctions. Graded examples by PCGS or NGC are especially popular among serious collectors. Historically, the 1917 Mercury dime represents more than just currency. It reflects a moment when the United States was redefining its role on the world stage, balancing ideals of peace with the realities of global conflict. The artistic quality of the design, combined with its silver content and wartime context, makes this coin a favorite among historians, collectors, and investors alike. In conclusion, the United States $1 1917, no mint mark, is a classic American silver coin that combines beautiful design, deep symbolism, and historical importance. Whether viewed as a collectible, an investment, or a piece of history, this coin holds a special place in U.S. numismatics and continues to fascinate coin lovers around the world. Next, top 2. The United States 1 dime 1918 S mint mark is an important and highly respected coin in American numismatic history, belonging to the famous Mercury dime series, officially called the Winged Liberty Head dime. This coin was minted during one of the most intense and transformative periods in world history, the final year of World War I. The S mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, a facility known for producing coins in smaller quantities compared to Philadelphia, which often makes San Francisco issues more desirable among collectors. The 1918 S Mercury dime reflects not only the artistic excellence of early 20th century American coinage, but also the economic, political, and social pressures of a nation deeply involved in a global conflict. The design of the Mercury dime was created by the celebrated sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, whose work marked a turning point in U.S. coin artistry. Introduced in 1916, the Mercury dime replaced the Barber dime, which had been criticized for its plain and uninspiring design. Weinman's vision was fresh, symbolic, and deeply philosophical. The obverse of the 1918 S dime features Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, intelligence, and liberty. Although many people mistakenly identify the figure as the Roman god Mercury because of the wings, the design actually represents liberty herself, embodying the ideals the United States sought to protect during wartime. On the front obverse of the coin, Liberty's profile faces left, with a calm yet determined expression. The word Liberty curves along the upper edge of the coin, while the motto "I in God We Trust" appears to the left of Liberty's neck. The date 1918 is positioned at the bottom. Coins struck at the San Francisco Mint during this period often show weaker strikes compared to Philadelphia issues, especially in the hair details and the wings on Liberty's cap. Because of this, sharply struck examples are particularly valuable today. The reverse, back, of the 1918 S Mercury dime is rich in symbolism. It features a fasces, an ancient Roman symbol made of bundled rods with an axe blade, representing strength through unity, authority, and readiness to defend. Alongside the fasces is an olive branch, symbolizing peace. This powerful imagery perfectly captured America's position in 1918, a nation that desired peace but was fully committed to achieving victory in war. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions United States of America, 1 dime, and the motto E pluribus unum. The small S mint mark is located on the reverse, to the left of the fasces, clearly identifying its San Francisco origin. The San Francisco Mint produced approximately 19.3 million Mercury dimes in 1918, a significantly lower number than the Philadelphia Mint that year. This lower mintage, combined with heavy circulation during wartime, makes the 1918 S Mercury dime scarcer, especially in higher grades. Many of these coins were used extensively in everyday transactions, leading to widespread wear. As a result, finding examples with strong detail, minimal wear, and clean surfaces is challenging for collectors. In terms of composition, the 1918 S Mercury dime is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, a standard alloy for U.S. dimes of the era. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Because of its high silver content, the coin also holds intrinsic bullion value, making it attractive not only to collectors but also to silver investors. One of the most important factors in determining the value of a 1918 S Mercury dime is whether it displays full bands, FB, on the reverse. Full bands refer to the horizontal bands on the fasces being fully separated and clearly defined. Due to weak strikes at the San Francisco Mint, full bands examples of the 1918 S dime are rare and highly sought after, often commanding premium prices at auctions, especially when certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. From a historical perspective, the 1918 S Mercury dime represents the closing chapter of World War I and the transition of the United States into a global power. These coins circulated during a time of rationing, war bonds, industrial expansion, and social change. Soldiers, factory workers, and families across America used these very coins in daily life, giving the 1918 S dime a strong emotional and historical connection to the era. In circulated condition, the 1918 S Mercury dime is more valuable than many other common-date Mercury dimes due to its lower mintage. In higher grades, especially uncirculated and full bands examples, it becomes a key collectible coin. Its combination of wartime history, artistic beauty, silver content, and relative scarcity makes it one of the most admired issues in the Mercury dime series. In conclusion, the United States 1 dime 1918 S mint mark is far more than a small silver coin. It is a powerful symbol of American resilience, unity, and ideals during one of the most critical moments in modern history. For collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts, This dime stands as a timeless reminder of a nation tested by war yet guided by liberty, strength, and hope for peace. Next, top 3. The United States 1 dime 1919 D mint mark is a classic and historically rich coin from the famous Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime. This coin was struck just after the end of World War I, during a period when the United States was transitioning from wartime production to peacetime economic growth. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, a facility that began operations in 1906 and quickly became known for producing coins in moderate quantities. The 1919 D Mercury dime reflects the optimism, rebuilding, and national confidence of post-war America, while preserving the elegant artistry that defined early 20th century U.S. coinage. The design of the Mercury dime was created by the renowned sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, whose work brought a new level of beauty and symbolism to American coins. Introduced in 1916, the Mercury dime replaced the Barber dime and was widely praised for its artistic excellence. The obverse of the 1919 D dime features Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap, a powerful symbol of freedom of thought, intelligence, and democratic ideals. Although commonly referred to as Mercury, the figure is actually Liberty herself, not the Roman messenger god. This misunderstanding arose due to the winged cap, which closely resembles classical depictions of Mercury. On the obverse front of the coin, Liberty's profile faces left, displaying a calm and thoughtful expression that reflects peace after conflict. The word Liberty appears along the upper rim, while the motto "I in God We Trust" is positioned to the left of Liberty's neck. The date 1919 is clearly visible at the bottom of the coin. Coins struck at the Denver Mint during this period are known for variable strike quality, and collectors often examine the details in Liberty's hair and the wings on the cap to judge overall sharpness. The reverse, back, of the 1919 D Mercury dime carries deep symbolic meaning. At the center is a fasces, an ancient Roman symbol representing strength, unity, and authority, tied together with a bundle of rods and an axe blade. Wrapped around the fasces is an olive branch, symbolizing peace and reconciliation. This imagery was especially meaningful in 1919, as the United States sought stability and peace following the devastation of World War I. The inscriptions United States of America, 1 dime, and De Pluribus Unum surround the design. The small D mint mark is located on the reverse, to the left of the fasces, clearly identifying the coin as a Denver Mint issue. The Denver Mint produced approximately 9.9 million Mercury dimes in 1919, which is a relatively low mintage compared to Philadelphia issues of the same year. Because of this lower production and heavy circulation during the post-war period, the 1919 D Mercury dime is considered a semi-key date in the Mercury dime series. Many of these coins were used extensively in everyday commerce, resulting in widespread wear and a scarcity of well-preserved examples today. In terms of metal composition, the 1919 D Mercury dime is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it both collectible and intrinsic bullion value. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Because silver coins were widely circulated at the time, many examples show smooth surfaces and faded details, especially on the fasces and Liberty's hair. One of the most critical factors affecting the value of a 1919 D Mercury dime is the presence of full bands, FB, on the reverse. Full bands refer to the horizontal bands on the fasces being clearly separated and fully struck. Due to weaker strikes at the Denver Mint, full bands examples of the 1919 D are extremely rare, making them highly desirable among advanced collectors. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS and NGC with the full bands designation can command very high prices at auction. From a historical perspective, the 1919 D Mercury dime represents the beginning of a new era for the United States. It circulated during a time of economic adjustment, industrial expansion, and social change. These coins passed through the hands of returning soldiers, factory workers, and families rebuilding their lives after the war. As such, the 1919 D dime is not just a piece of silver, it is a tangible connection to America's post-war identity. In circulated condition, the 1919 D Mercury dime is worth more than most common-date Mercury dimes due to its lower mintage and collector demand. In higher grades, especially uncirculated examples with strong details and full bands, it becomes a key highlight of the Mercury dime series. Its blend of historical significance, artistic beauty, silver content, and scarcity makes it a prized coin for collectors around the world. In conclusion, the United States 1 dime 1919 D mint mark stands as a symbol of peace after conflict, national recovery, and enduring American ideals. For numismatists, historians, and silver enthusiasts, this coin represents one of the most meaningful and collectible issues of the Mercury dime series, preserving the spirit of a nation stepping into a new chapter of its history. Next, top 4. The United States 1 dime 1923 S mint mark is a historically rich and highly collectible coin from the famous Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty head dime. This coin was struck during the early Roaring Twenties, a period of economic recovery, industrial growth, and cultural change in the United States following the devastation of World War I. The S mint mark signifies that the coin was produced at the San Francisco Mint, a branch known for lower mintages and often weaker strikes compared to the Philadelphia Mint. Because of these factors, the 1923 S Mercury dime is considered a key date within the series, especially difficult to find in high grades. The Mercury dime design was created by the celebrated sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, whose artistic vision revolutionized American coinage in the early 20th century. Introduced in 1916, this design replaced the barber dime and was immediately praised for its elegance and symbolism. The obverse of the 1923 S dime features Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, intelligence, and liberty. Although commonly referred to as Mercury, the figure is not the Roman god but rather Liberty herself. The wings on the cap, inspired by classical art, represent the speed and openness of thought, an ideal strongly embraced in post-war America. On the obverse front of the coin, Liberty faces left with a calm, confident expression that reflects the optimism of the 1920s. The word Liberty arcs around the upper rim, while the motto "I in God we trust" appears to the left of Liberty's neck. The date 1923 is positioned at the bottom. Coins from the San Francisco Mint during this era are well known for soft strikes, meaning the fine details in Liberty's hair and the winged cap are often weak. Because of this, sharply struck examples are rare and extremely valuable to collectors. The reverse back of the 1923 S Mercury dime carries strong symbolic meaning that reflects America's national identity. At the center is a fasces, an ancient Roman emblem representing unity, authority, and strength through cooperation. An olive branch is wrapped around the fasces, symbolizing peace. This combination perfectly captured the spirit of the early 1920s, America's desire for peace following war, balanced with the strength needed to protect its democracy. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions United States of America, one dime, and the national motto E pluribus unum. The small S mint mark is located on the reverse, to the left of the fasces, clearly identifying it as a San Francisco Mint issue. The San Francisco Mint produced approximately 2.1 million Mercury dimes in 1923, making this one of the lowest mintages of the entire series. This extremely limited production, combined with heavy circulation, makes the 1923 S Mercury dime one of the most difficult dates to find, especially in well-preserved condition. Many examples were worn down quickly in everyday use, and large numbers were later melted during periods of high silver demand, further reducing the surviving population. In terms of composition, the 1923 S Mercury dime is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, which was standard for U.S. dimes at the time. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Its silver content gives it intrinsic value beyond its collectible appeal, making it attractive to both numismatists and precious metal investors. One of the most important aspects of the 1923 S Mercury dime is the rarity of full bands, FB examples. Full bands refer to the horizontal bands on the fasces being fully separated and sharply struck. Due to chronic weak strikes at the San Francisco Mint, full bands 1923 S dimes are extremely rare, even in uncirculated condition. Coins certified with the full bands designation by grading services like PCGS or NGC are considered elite collectibles and can sell for very high prices at auction. From a historical standpoint, the 1923 S Mercury dime represents America during a time of rapid modernization, cultural transformation, and economic expansion. These coins circulated during the Jazz Age, the rise of automobiles and radio, and major changes in American lifestyle. Each surviving coin is a small but powerful artifact of this dynamic era. In circulated grades, the 1923 S Mercury dime is still significantly more valuable than most Mercury dimes due to its scarcity. In higher grades, it becomes a major key date, essential for collectors attempting to complete a full Mercury dime set. Its combination of low mintage, wartime aftermath significance, artistic beauty, and silver content makes it one of the most respected and sought-after coins in U.S. numismatics. In conclusion, the United States one-dime 1923 S mint mark is not just a piece of old silver, it is a rare and meaningful symbol of America's post-war growth and artistic achievement. For collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts, this dime stands as one of the most important and valuable issues of the Mercury dime series, preserving the spirit of an era defined by progress, peace, and enduring freedom.